Bonjour, salut, hello. It's Rosie. I felt the need to talk about this. This episode had me riled up. Let's go. Let's just get into it. Scottisha. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this for so long. I loved when he said, when Belle raises her voice, Belle is right. Yeah, we've been seeing it as viewers, and I'm glad someone finally said it to her because it's about time. She needs to shut up. And I also love when Scott said, Belle, for once, nothing from you, please. Like, thank you. Thank you. That is what we've all been thinking. We've all just been thinking, can you just, Belle, close your mouth? Nobody cares. No one wants to hear your voice. You're not empowering people. You're just, get a Hoover. Get a Hoover. We need to clean up this mess, please. I'm like begging the UK public to vote her out because I am sick and tired of her. I can't. And I didn't like it when Belle was like, oh, you're trying to embarrass me. Babe, you've done that yourself. You've done that yourself this entire season. You've been embarrassing yourself with the way you've been moving, with the things you've been saying. That is on you. That is not on Scottisha. Leave Scott alone. 2026. Leave Scott alone. Honestly, you guys need to get a life. Get a life. Everyone in the villa, get a life. Get a life. Seriously. Now, I'm glad he stood up for Leanne. It's about time. And he was right. That comment Belle made was meant to embarrass Leanne. It was. It was horrible. Like, if let me put it this way, for all the people defending Belle who clearly lack some brain cells, if someone was to say that about your friend, how would you feel? If someone was to say about your friend, oh, in a couple weeks, like, the person they're seeing will be in my DMs, how would you take that? But because it's Belle saying it, it's okay? Like, no, it's not. It's rude. It's disrespectful. She should have been called out harder on it, I fear. Do you know what I mean? I feel like the second it was revealed that she said that, all hell should have broken loose and just come raining down on Belle. Okay? She really, I mean, I've said this before, accountability is chasing her, but she is fasta, right? We've seen it time and time again. Like, she just can't take accountability. And of course, her question had to be about Scott. Like, of course, right? And I'll get to the rest of the Islanders that had something to say about Scott and Leanne in a second. But before I finish on Scott, he's pissed. I know a lot of people, from the comments I read, it was like, oh, like, he's not that angry. He's not. And I'm like, no, he is. He is. He's just a Capricorn. He's just a Capricorn. I have a Capricorn brother, a Capricorn mom. He's furious. He's furious. He's trying to hold it together because he knows they're on national TV. If they were not on national TV, oh my God. Do you know what I mean? Because one thing about Capricorns, they're not going to embarrass themselves. Do you get what I mean? They're like, that is... Look, my Venus is in Capricornus. They are not going to embarrass themselves. 10 toes down, he's not going to embarrass himself. But that is some bullshit. He knows it. And I think what's happening, I think what we're seeing in real time, he's a smart guy, Leanne's a smart girl. I think they're clocking how everyone else is in their business and like kind of sabotaging it. Yeah. Like, everybody is trying to give their 2 cents. And I think Scott and Leanne are clocking it. They're mad about it. And it's like, focus on your own couple. Get a life. Read a book. Like, why are you so focused on Scott and Leanne? Why is everybody in there asking questions about Scott and Leanne? It's hypocrisy to the finest. And when Belle was like, you should have made your question about your own couple. Well, like, ditto, Belle. Ditto. Why didn't you make yours about yours? Your man doesn't even really want you. Yeah, I said it. Harrison's gonna ditch her the second they get out of here. He's Harrison. Did you not see his season? Did you not see what he pulled? Yeah, he's gonna ditch her the second they get out of here. And you know what? He's gonna be in someone else's DMs. So how's that? How's that, Belle? I hope it's a hard pill to swallow. Everything Belle says is childish. You know? She speaks childishly, she behaves childishly, but I guess that's what happens when you've swallowed so many. Right? Yeah. Right. Cool. Right. Before I move on, I just want to say, I think it's ironic how so many people are questioning if Scott's genuine or not. Have you ever seen him act like this on previous shows? I haven't. Not only that, but he has been more genuine with Leanne and more serious than most people in that villa have been with their partner. So I think they all need to get some Windex, clean their mirrors before coming for Scott and Leanne. This was just like, I'm fired up about everybody doing that. And on top of that, you have Whitney. Whitney, girl, I love you. I was trying to defend you this whole time. Every single time you'd like slighted Leanne, sided with Belle, I was like, you know, maybe there's something we're not seeing. Like, maybe she really is looking out for Leanne. But then, even in that moment, she's like, Scott's one of my friends, and like, I'm just looking out for Scott. How is that looking out for Scott? He made his decision. You don't need to ask the public. And what about Leanne? How do you think that makes her feel? I got an email. Great. So I just think it's just bullshit. Like, Whitney, you've lost me here. You've lost the plot. I don't know. I just can't justify the way she's moving. And just even the way she was trying to convince Scott that Belle was better suited for him. Are you joking? Are you mad? Are you mad? Fucking bird brain Belle? Are you kidding me? I can't. I actually can't. Whitney, girl, I love you, but you've lost me here. You've really lost me, and I don't think you're a real friend to Leanne. I just don't. And that trio thing, Belle, Whitney, Leanne, that's not a trio. No, Leanne's better than that. Please. I'm gonna take a step back. Millie and Zach, whatever, boring. I'm mad about the Scott question. Focus on yourselves. Fuck. Tommy and Jesse, once again, why the Scott question? Ironic that you were like, is Scott a game player? Is Scott this? What about Jesse? Jesse's a bigger game player than Scott, but y'all aren't ready for that conversation, are you? No. Moving on. Lucinda and Sammy. Okay. Here's my thing. I think Lucinda just needs to apologize and be like, look, Sammy, I'm really sorry for laughing in your face. I did pie you really hard. I was mad at you. And I think it was uncalled for because I think the person I should have really pied was Belle. Easy fix. Easy fix. That's all she has to say, okay? So that's all I'm going to say about this episode, really. Next episode, though, I hope Belle gets read to filth. Because as I said, Scott and Leanne, they're clocking everything. They're smart people. Leanne especially, she has a degree in psychology, you know, and I've said before, like, she needs to stand up for herself because I know she doesn't like confrontation, but I've also said I understand where she's coming from because if I was in Leanne's position, I'd be looking at them and be like, it's not worth my energy to even confront these idiots. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not worth it, really? They're dumb, they're acting dumb, I'm not wasting my energy confronting them, I don't need to defend myself. Fuck you guys. Do you know what I mean? So I get it. But it's gotten to the point with Belle where I'm like, no, you need to, like, say something to Belle. And I'm glad at one point Scott and Leanne were piping up at Belle, being like, what did you say? What did you say? When she said that snarky comment, like, she's always saying snarky things. And people keep letting it slide. And I'm not having it anymore. Scott and Leanne, little applause. Because, yeah, don't let that slide. That's, like, way too many times she's been disrespectful, digging in the knife. At this point, Belle and Scott, there's no friendship. And the way Belle has been acting towards Leanne, if Scott is serious about Leanne, he's going to say, like, I don't want anything to do with Belle. You've disrespected my woman. I'm out. Like, enjoy your little whatever that is. Do you know what I mean? Like, please. Next episode, I really, really hope these questions just read Belle to filth. And I hope it exposes more to Scott and Leanne. And I hope they're just really clocking all the tea. And they're like, oh my God. Like, other people are seeing it. We've been a little behind on it, but we see it now. Like, we see what Belle is. And that's the thing with Belle. She's like, I'm so glad I see you for what you are. And it's like, once again, so much of the stuff she says is like a read on herself. Do you get what I mean? Like, she'll accuse other people of things, being like, oh, you're always talking your way out of it, Scott. It's like, Belle, what do you do? What are you doing, Belle? You're talking your way out of it. Right. Diminishing something to make it seem not as big of a deal. Right. You do that all the time. Avoiding accountability all the time. Like, it's like, I'm actually exhausted now. Like, I need to get her off my screen. Get Belle off my screen. I've never been a fan of her. I will never be a fan of her. She's pushed me to my breaking point. I don't want anything to do with Belle. Just get her off my screen. Get her off. And I really hope Sammy's like, yeah, well, Sophie said that, like, you know, I think in a roundabout way, you could kind of say, like, Belle's a bitch. She's piping up too much. She needs to shut the fuck up, as Scott said. Enough from you. Enough. Because I'm done. I'm done. I think the UK public is done. Can we vote her out, please? I feel like Michael Scott. Can we get rid of him? Well, I don't like him. Get rid of him. Please. Please. Please get rid of Belle. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. So yeah, I'm excited for next episode. I just hope it's carnage, if I'm honest. I hope it's really messy, but I also hope that everyone finally clocks on to the bullshit Belle has been presenting. So that's about it. I feel like I'm in a better mood now. Maybe I just needed to get all of that out. I was really mad. If you couldn't tell, I was mad like Scotisha, you know. I was like trying to keep it demure, but really in my head I was like, yeah. Okay, good night. I'll see you guys next time.